Today I want to take a look at how to open a support ticket with the Power Platform. In M365, frequently we'll go to admin.microsoft.com as our starting point, and we can do show all to view the various admin centers which are available. There's even a link for all admin centers, which makes it pretty easy because you can type in admin.microsoft.com to go anywhere you need to. But if you have something with, I don't know, maybe Power Automate not sending email, something like that, that's more Power Platform oriented. When you come to the top right and click the question mark for the help icon and search, what you'll notice is the assistant comes back with something different. It has a redirect button to Power Platform for questions on those products. Now, if you had something with, I don't know, maybe Teams or Exchange or SharePoint, you could stay here within the help panel and you'd have your history of past cases, right? That's available right here with the clock icon. But if you type in a query regarding Power Platform, it's actually going to redirect you to this location. And it kind of seems like there's a whole different support team that handles Power Platform. And their URL is admin.powerplatform.microsoft.com/support. That's interesting because it's different than the normal M365 admin.microsoft. So if we put in exactly the same thing, which product were you using when the issue occurred? Well, we're looking at Power Automate for email, so let's go ahead and scroll through here. All of the different components of the Power Platform and Dynamics are available. There's a lot to pick from. Power BI Premium and Pro, but maybe not the desktop app. That could go somewhere else. Power Apps for Canvas and Model. Power Automate for workflow. Microsoft's Viva. Some interesting things in here, and it's a little bit different than the standard M365 support. Even up here, Common Data Model. So if you're doing something with Dataverse tables. So it looks like potentially on the back end for staffing, they have a different support team, a different queue, a different way of routing things to the Power Platform, which really is fantastic because it shows that Microsoft's investing in Power Platform and giving it more energy, more resources. So the problem type, there's a custom wizard that walks you through every feature the Power Platform has. This is fascinating. I mean, you've got things like SharePoint integration with the SharePoint connector, maybe general issues about flow performance and logic, the Dataverse with CDS, all kinds of different things. AI for artificial intelligence, licensing. I mean, you name it, it's all in here. So with this one, we're going to say this was with flows, but not a desktop flow, kind of more of a generic flow. And the problem subtype, we got triggers, templates, working with flows like editing, exporting, that could be like lifecycle, triggers, maybe not sending, formatting HTML. There's a lot to pick from here. So if I did a different subtype, Office integration gives scripts, solutions, flows, connections, right? Creating and managing connections. There's sort of this sub-decision tree that comes through as we're developing our description of the issue that we're working on. But here we're going to say actions. We're working with flow actions. Let's say the send email is not doing what we want, and we're looking for technical, or are you doing advisory? This will be best practices or things not working as expected. It's amazingly specific how this becomes. And you can pick out your environment, the default one, which type of connector are you facing the issue with? I mean, it continues and continues. So not just a text description, but question one, two, three, four. I mean, it's a decision tree that's really nesting down the support. This could be built-in connectors or other connectors. If I say other, it wants to know which connector. And here I can come through and come all the way down through all the connectors that are in the system. This is astonishing that they have this available for opening support tickets. And I'll come all the way down to letter O for Outlook.com. PagerDuty, even Outlook tasks separate than Outlook.com. Every connector your platform has is available in that dropdown. Which specific action are you having trouble with? Is it send an email v2? Is it reply to an email v3? This is really detailed. And so we'll say it's with send an email V2. And this really walks us through everything that particular agent is going to need to help us with the support ticket. It opens a few articles trying to coach us through fixing it ourselves. If you want to look beyond those suggestions, the next button is right down here at the bottom. We'll come through. You can pick out your support plan, and there's a description. You can provide a larger description, the time where it started, the time zone that you're in, if this is part of a particular release wave, what's the error message, what's the name of the flow, where's the URL of the instance from the run history. Like they really want to collect a lot of detail before starting a ticket. The name of the affected user and how severe is this issue, critical, moderate, or minimal, and you know what the support plan you have would make available for the SLAs behind that. Any advanced diagnostic recommended. So I think with this and the flow run URL, you can give them exactly what you're seeing on your side. And of course, finally, but probably most important, attach files. This lets us go ahead and provide more data, more detail, and we'll be able to move the ticket forward at that point. So we'll say minimal intact impact will come next. And the very last screen is contact information, where it's going to want an email, a phone number, a preference for communication, and you can go ahead and put in something here just to validate, and we can put in a phone number here for validation. And finally, we're able to submit a ticket. But I wanted to record this demo because the Power Platform has its own support channel. It's a very detailed intake process, but that helps the engineer to help you. The more data you upload, give them the run history URL, give them a screenshot, give them the attachments. It's a very detailed intake process, but that might get us to the correct engineer sooner. Thanks for watching.